Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess. I'm a mummy to a almost 2-year-old boy called Edward, and we upload 3 days a week on a Monday, Friday and on a Sunday. This video is for the Mother Hen Club community. I've mentioned them before, so every Sunday I upload a new video which is a more of a supporting sort of parenting video. So if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the family. So quickly, a little bit about Mother Hen. They are a great supportive community. They run different types of workshops, retreats. They have a membership that you can sign up for free and then you're alerted every time a new event pops up. They are so supportive no matter what topic you're going through. I am a mother hen, so there are different types of mother hens and we all cover different topics, so we are all here to help each other. Parenthood is not the easiest thing in the world, as we all know. Definitely go and head over to Mother Hen and follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Everything you need to know will be linked down below. So as you can tell by the title, today's video is a bit not too much for chatty, because again I like to ramble. You all know I like a good natter, but this video I'm going to be talking about why I couldn't breastfeed Edward. My very first video I ever did was my labour and delivery story. I'm not going to link it in below because it's my first video and it's pretty horrific, but if you want to find it, it's definitely there. Just go to my very first post basically. But a quick background about why my labour was quite traumatic. My labour was 52 hours from start to finish, so it's quite a lengthy labour, I think it is anyway. Prior to my labour I really did want to breastfeed. It wasn't a goal and I wouldn't beat myself up if I couldn't do it. My mum didn't breastfeed any of us, but it was something I wanted to try. However, because my waters have been broken for too long, Edward, when he was born, he was placed onto my chest. He had shoulder dystocia, so his shoulder got stuck behind my pubic bone and then he had to get ripped out, so it was all very traumatic at the end. So Edward was then popped onto my chest, like skin to skin, that lovely newborn moment. So I was going through that at the time and I noticed Edward sounded different, like the cry just didn't sound right to me. I'm the first one out of my sisters, cousins, everyone to have a baby. I'm not around babies a lot, I'm really not, and Edward was probably my baby was probably the first one I held in a very long time, so I have no idea what I'm talking about with kids. I have no clue. So he was put onto my chest and I said to the midwife, something's wrong, he doesn't sound right, he's not breathing properly. He did have an infection and so did I, so we was in hospital for I was in hospital for 6 days in total, including the days I was in labour. So we was in hospital for quite a while. I was saying something's wrong with him and everyone was saying no, he's fine, I promise you he's fine. And I was thinking, just leave me alone, I'm fine, just please sort my baby out. So they went and checked him and she said, oh yeah, he's having trouble breathing. So always trust your instincts, you know best. And honestly, that blows my mind how I knew there was something wrong with my child. I have no clue about kids, no clue at all, and I knew something was wrong. And a trained midwife said there was nothing wrong. Come on, that is amazing. That literally blows my mind every time I think about it. He was getting rid of all of his air in his lungs, so he kept on breathing loads in, all of it out, in, all of it out, and that was making him very distressed and he couldn't breathe properly. So he then had to get taken away and put into an incubator, I think for a day and a half. So that was the first day and a half of his life he wasn't with me, which was heartbreaking and it was hard, very hard. So then I had to spend that time away from him. He was all wired and cabled up and I couldn't really get to him. He was in the neonatal unit and I was in the postnatal ward. I had to think then, it feels like it's been ages, but it's only not even 2 years ago. I was in the postnatal ward and nobody came to check on me. I did feel a little bit pushed to the side. I felt I was just a number, which I am. However, nobody asked me how did I want to feed him. Did I want to breastfeed? Did I want to bottle feed? Nobody cared to ask me. I had no clue that I had to start massaging my boobs and getting the milk going. I had no clue I had to do that. So my milk didn't come in for a while and it really upset me that I couldn't feed him. By this time, a nurse did come round and eventually asked me how I wanted to feed my son, and I said I wanted to breastfeed, and she said, have you had any sign of your milk? I said not a drop, my boobs don't even hurt, my milk hadn't even come in, they feel as they do now, like completely normal. So she was telling me how to get the milk going, and after a good couple of hours of me doing that, my boobs, the milk came in, and it was insanely painful. I was really trying to get this colostrum, I'm saying it wrong, I apologize if I am. I was trying really hard to get that out. If you don't know what that is, it's like a clear fluid that you produce first, and then your milk will then come in properly. But the colostrum, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, that is meant to be the really good stuff for your baby. It's meant to help fight off any germs and things like that. So that's the stuff that they really do need. I was really trying to get this stuff out. I was given a tiny syringe, so every time I got a drop I'd suck it up into the syringe, and then I'd run down to the neonatal unit, and then the nurse would squirt it in his mouth. That's as close to breastfeeding we got. By the time my milk had fully come in and I could feed him, he had been given a bottle with one of the nurses. I didn't even give him his first bottle or change his first nappy, which was really hard for me to accept in the beginning. So because he was given a bottle, he was used to taking a teat. By the time he came out of the neonatal unit, he was breathing properly, he was fine. We then tried to get him to latch onto me. He just wasn't having any of it. I think it was a good couple of attempts. I did keep trying, but he just wasn't having any of it. It was stressing me out. I did get told that apparently you should wait a couple of days and then do it again. By that time we were home. The health visitor had come round, weighed him, said he was doing great with his feeding. I think he lost 25 grams in total from his birth weight, which is really good, and I was happy with that. I was happy that he was doing well, and I didn't want to change anything, so I didn't try again. If my labour wasn't as traumatic as it was, I probably would have breastfed Ed, but it's just one of those things. It is one of those things, it's out of your control. I chose not to beat myself up over it. However, sometimes midwives and health visitors make it hard for you not to beat yourself up over it. The first thing they say to you is, how are you feeding? And you feel, why do we feel guilty when we say I'm bottle feeding? You feel like they're judging you. Anyway, I soon got out of feeling like that, and at the end of the day, fed is best, not breast is best. Fed is best. That is literally it, and I will stand by that next time round. Next time round I am going to give breastfeeding another shot. I don't want to look back and think I should have breastfed my baby. So I am going to try hopefully next time, but you can't help how your labour goes. I really do think the reason why I couldn't breastfeed was because of how traumatic my birth was for him, but it's one of those things. He's happy, he's healthy. I really do think that bottle feeding has put him in a really good routine. I could be wrong, because he very well could have been in a great routine whilst breastfeeding, but because I've only done bottle feeding, I can't compare. But I've seen a lot of other breastfed babies that aren't in a good routine. They are feeding little and often and stuff like that. I don't know if breastfeeding is made for me. Edward loves being in a routine. There's been a couple of times when his routine has gone out the window, and it will do. Life gets in the way, it will do, and he is not a happy boy at all. I think next time round I'm going to try breastfeeding and try and get the baby into routine if I can, if it's possible. I've heard it is possible, so I will try that. But if the baby does not get into a good routine and it's just not working, then I will not beat myself up and I will go straight back to bottle feeding. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this made you feel a little bit better about not trying to pressure yourself into breastfeeding. If you breastfeed, that's great. If you bottle feed, that's great too. If you like this video, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon.